welcome back to my channel and another video. This is a what I wore in October video. I asked you guys in September. I posted my first one of these and I was like, do you guys like these? And you were like, yeah, we like these. And I was like, I didn't know people like these because I never really watched them. But it was fun to film and it's kind of fun to see like a roundup of what I actually wore versus all like just the regular swatches I took. And making a like rack, so to speak, I literally just pull a bunch of stuff and then I put it in a separate drawer. I don't have a dedicated rack yet, but just making a little like curated collection each month to choose from has been a lot of fun and taken a lot of like decision fatigue away from me. And so I thought, let's do it again for October. And we're going to do it again for November probably. So we'll talk about that at the end. But I do understand the appeal now of like, when somebody's just showing you like, oh, I swatched this and I swatched that and I swatched this and I swatched that, and half the time I have bare nails in my video because I was just swatching right before and I had to take stuff off, and you're probably like, what the heck does this girl actually wear in her day-to-day life? And so that's kind of cool to show you like, you know, versus what I buy, what do I buy versus what do I wear, and things like that. You guys get to see like what I wear in my off hours, so to speak, you know. And this month I chose only Halloween themed nail polishes. I forgot where I got this. But I love him because I love candy corn because I'm a correct person, okay? If you don't like candy corn, more for me. That's all I have to say. But yeah, I decided to pull only Halloween themed, at least in my head, these are all Halloween themed nail polishes as far as like color or just look or whatever. There's one exception, and that was like an emergency situation, and yeah, I'll talk to you about that in a second. I pulled 27 for my potential pool of polishes, and I will have worn 15 of them because today is the 28th of October and I'm going to paint my nails right after this video with the final polish of the month. So let me scoot over so you guys can, you know, see the polishes. I don't know why I don't just start over here, but I like the dramatic effort of moving over 2 inches. So the first polish that I wore was on October 1st, and that is Alchemy Lacquer's Bad Candy. Now, before I show you the swatch, I don't know if you'll be able to see, but there is kind of a decent fill line on this one. I love this polish. I got it in September of 2021, and I've already worn this 3 times, which is crazy. Most people will be like, yeah, that's a year. Like, you can wear a polish 3 times in a year. I don't do that, you know? So that's insane for me. But immediately after pulling everything for my quote-unquote rack for the month, I ended up snatching that one up, putting it on, and 100% out of laziness because I was like, I've already got a swatch photo of this, so I don't have to take a picture of this one right now. It was like almost 1 in the morning when I was painting my nails, and I was like, I'm not gonna have time to take a good picture. And I took a bad picture, which I'll throw up here, and then I'll show you the real actual good swatch photo. But it's like a really vibrant green with these kind of grungy purple flakes running through it. It's really fun. I like it. I realize this is not a color that everyone's going to love, but I love it. And actually, just before we go any further, I only picked greens, purples, oranges, and blacks pretty much for my entire nail polish rack. There's like a couple yellows in here, but that was for like specific purpose. Everything else is strictly Halloween colors. On October 2nd, I decided to paint my toes because I've been making like a more concentrated effort to change my toenail polish a little bit more frequently than once every month and a half. And I chose Zoya Adina, and I have a hand swatch here because feet aren't free. And this is a purple with a kind of alien-y green shimmer running through it. I wanted some spooky toes, you know, and it's just like most of the colors that I ended up picking are not colors that I would tend to wear on my toes. I usually wear really bright colors on my toes or really like clean looking colors, and almost always I only wear creams. So this month I kind of did some like more unusual colors for me on my toes, and Zoya Adina was one of them. The next polish I wore was Polished for Days Jackolantern. I had kind of like an existential freak out and I cut all my nails off, as you can see. I broke one and I was like repairing it and repairing it and repairing it. I don't know how people who do any like level of constant swatching can keep a break repaired, because like I just felt like I had to repair it every 3 swatches. So I was like, you know what? I'm over this. We're not doing this. I'm just gonna cut them off. And I did. And then I asked my boyfriend to pick a color from my drawer of polishes that I had chosen for the month. And he picked this one because he was like, ooh, that one's super Halloween. And I was like, all right, cool. Forgetting that I had to attend a funeral the next day. So I'm like showing up with jack-o'-lantern nails, which, I mean, I don't think anybody really cared, but like I felt kind of stupid. But this is definitely one of my favorite oranges. This is another one that I have worn quite a few times. It's one that I just tend to bust out for Halloween time. This is also from the 2021 polish pickup in September. So I think I got these two together. Yeah, so, you know, cute. On October 8th, I put on Ocker The Moon. This is the only color where I'm like, that I wore that I'm like, this is not Halloween, this is kind of fall. And that's just because I had a manicure emergency. I was at a wedding in upstate New York, and it was like the day before, and I had chipped my polish, and I wasn't about to go to a wedding with chipped nails. So we ran to Ulta, and I saw this, and this one exploded on its way to me in an Ulta order, and I wanted it so bad. Like, I had the swatch stick made and everything. Like, it was sitting there just like, please put polish on me. And so I was like, I have to get that. I have to buy that. I like it. I love the color. It's so pretty. Formula, incredibly thin. Very thin. You could see every ridge on my nails. I mean, obviously I could have put a ridge filler base, but I didn't have one with me because I was at a wedding. So, but I do really like the color. Then on October 10th, I was like, time to change it up again. And I like to have my boyfriend pick from a pre-selected like layout of polishes. And so I pulled open my drawer again. And I was like, hey, can you pick one? And he picked Zombie Claw's Zombie Carnival. This is from Polish Pickup of June this year. And he picked it because it reminded him of Goosebumps, and he's like obsessed with Goosebumps. So I wore that on my nails. I feel like I liked it on my short nails, but I was kind of sad, and I was like, I miss my long nails. Actually, though, right now, my nail length, I feel weird saying this, but I like it. I like this nail length. I think it's nice. I prefer the longer nails. I love the longer nails, but I feel like the longer my nails get, the faster they start to get damaged. And so I might just kind of keep them at like a mid-length for now, especially just because I have so much swatching to do in the upcoming 2 months. So it's just like, might be better to keep them at this length. But nonetheless, I thought this was really pretty. It's like a jelly purple base with green, like iridescent flakies running through it. If you didn't know, I really love a purple with like green running through it. Okay, I wore that one for quite a while. And then on October 17th, I was like, okay, enough, let's do something new. And I picked out Poetry Cowgirl's Plaid Season. And this one, I know it says Plaid Season. I feel like this could go like either fall or Halloween. To me, it's just very Halloween. Orange just equals pumpkins, which equals Halloween in my head. It's a orange base with a purple shimmer running through it. It has solid black flakies, and it has some green, or not green, orange metallic flakies running through it. And I feel like I put this on, and then I was just like, kind of similar. I mean, they're not, obviously. We can tell there's a pretty distinct color difference, and this one's more of a flaky bomb, whereas this one is more relying on the shimmer. But still, I was just like, you can see what type of orange that I'm really drawn to here. And then I also wanted to paint my toenails, and I had just gotten done filming the Q&A with my boyfriend, which everybody seemed to really like. I'm so glad that you guys enjoyed that. But we had painted his nails a kind of gross green with a iridescent flaky top coat, and I was just like, I want a gross green. So I painted my toes with Elysian Fields from Orly. That's like the 3rd time I've worn this since I've got it. That's how much I am obsessed with this polish. Just buy it. It's so good. And then if that wasn't enough, I was like, I know, let me put a glow-in-the-dark top coat over it on my toes. So this is Orly's Glow Up. And so then by the time I went to bed and we turned out the lights, I was like, oh my God, why are my feet glowing? Literally every time I use a glow-in-the-dark top coat, because they're clear, I just forget that they're there. And so then when I go to bed, I'm just like, oh my God. Because like, I like to put like my hands like kind of up near my face. And my boyfriend is the one who turns out the lights, not me, because I'm not doing that. And so he'll turn out the lights and then I'm like, oh my God, there's light in my face. And I like have a whole panic. On October 20th, I had realized I hadn't done the nail art for the month because one of my goals for the year is to do at least 2 nail art looks in a month. I was like, well, I better get on that. And so I did the same 2 nail arts that I do every year. The first one I did, like I said, on October 20th was my candy corn gradient that I think everybody does around this time of year. But I, like I said, love some candy corn. And so I did the gradient with featured guest, orange drink, and lemon sucker from Hollow Taco. The Hollow's gradient really well, really easily. Honestly, I was able to do the full like 2-hand manicure in like 30 minutes with minimal cleanup. It was so nice. I don't know if I'm just getting more efficient or what, but I love candy corn. And then we didn't have any candy corn. I texted my boyfriend. I was like, can you give me some candy corn? And then he goes to the store and he's like, they don't have any. And I'm like, you are incorrect. So either ask an associate or never come home again. And then he tried to get me the harvest mix with like the weird chocolate candy corn. I was like, you don't even know me. So everything was resolved. We did not break up over the candy corn. And I got the ones I wanted. Okay, on the 26th, I went to repaint my toes again. And I was just like, well, let me use China Glaze Zombie Zest. I wear this every year, like once a year, because if you know, you know, like this is a hard one to get. And so I like to use it wisely. I can see the fill line, but it's like right there. We're okay. And I was like, let me wear this on my toes. And I'm still wearing it on my toes. And you know what? I love an ugly everything, but this is like ugly in a bad way on the toes. I don't know. I love it on my nails. I think it's beautiful on the hands. Something about it paired with the feet where it just looks like you got a foot fungus. And so I should probably get rid of that one. We're not doing this one on the toes ever again. Why is it that some nail polishes just thrive? They live for being on toenails. And then others, it's just like, no, we're not doing that. And then I also changed my nails again, and I used Malibu by China Glaze, which is a hollow black, featured guest by Hollow Taco again, and then the Hollow Taco glow-in-the-dark top coat. And I use them to do a Marshmallow Ghosties Army like nail look. This is like a trend that cycles back pretty much every Halloween. It's really cute. It's really easy to do. I literally just used the brush from the bottle to make the ghost body, and then I used a dotting tool to make his arms and his eyes and mouth, and then I used the brush from the glow-in-the-dark bottle to just carefully brush over the design that I had done. Super easy. I will say though, putting this over hollow kind of dulled the hollow and made it like pointless, so I would probably only use this over creams in the future, but I love that nail art. I think it's cute. I think it's a fun trend, and I love how easy it is to do. And then today, October 28th, when I finish filming, I'm going to paint my bare nails with Sweet and Sour Lacquers. I like it when the red water comes out. This came out in Polish Pickup of September of this year. And this was like the one that I was like, I must have it, because like salad fingers, come on. Gross green, weird colored shimmer contrast. Heck yeah, that's all I want. I did see that they're gonna come up with some sister shades to this and release them, I think today when this video is being filmed, not when it's coming out. Like 3, I think, sibling shades to this, which just means that they're like the same finish but like a different colorway. I'm not sure if I'm gonna pick them up. Probably not, because this is really like peak for me, but I'll have to check them out and see. So yeah, that is everything that I wore in October, but there were still several that I pulled but didn't end up wearing just because didn't have time. I always pull more than I'm expecting to wear. I say always, but this is only the 2nd month I've done this. I want to pull more than I expect to wear just so I have a pool to choose from, so I'm not like super limited. But let me just run through them real quick. I'll pop up swatches if I have swatches from previous manis, and if I don't, I'll pop up a bottle shot. So we had 6 greens, first of all. We had Vanessa Molina's Spooky, and this is just a green with some pinky green flakies running through it. Kind of similar to Alchemy Lacquer's Bad Candy, just in a darker colorway. Polish Molish Diaspora Stones or Diaspora Stones. This is from July's polish pickup, and this one, it just looks like peas and carrots. It's kind of like gross looking, but you know, fun. We have Fair Maidens Nail Soup, and this is one that I want to wear. I just didn't get around to it, so I'll probably wear it later in the fall. I haven't worn this yet because it's a newer polish to me, but it's just like super flaky, got just tons of colors flipping back at you, like orange, pink, green, yellow. It's definitely good for fall or Halloween. Enchanted Polish's Garden of Magic. This is a like sludgy, kind of mossy green with some pinky orangey flakes. I love a green with like pinky orange flakes. Can you tell? Speaking of greens with pinky orangey flakes, we have Red Eye Lacquer Never Sleep Again. This is a horror collab that they did back in April, and it's a grungy green with some kind of reddish pinky flakes running through it. It's supposed to be like a Freddy Krueger type polish. And the final green is Predator by Kathleen & Co. This is like a kind of like multi-chrome, but it's like green to red with some, I think like silver hollow flakes running through it. I got this one at PVE, and I went to pick it up, and my boyfriend was like, "You really have a type, don't you?" And I'm just like, shut up. There was only one orange I didn't get to, but I didn't pick a ton of oranges. And that is Fair Maiden's Deep Dish. This is another PBE, and it looks completely orange on camera, but it does have like a green kind of halo around it where the light is not hitting it directly. I had 3 unworn purples, and the first one is Starly's Nova Beam. This is not a metallic, it's a magnetic that my boyfriend got me a couple years ago at this point. I have Cadillacquer's Purple Lights. This one is from December's polish pickup of 2021. It's just a really royal purple jelly with orangey red flakies running through it. And then we have Polish for Days Towards the Light. The base is this super, super deep purple, like almost black, with greenish yellow flakies that reflect back at you, plus it looks like some black flakies as well. And then finally, I had 2 blackish reds, I guess. The first one is Cadillacquer's Stygian. I wore this last year on Halloween. I've worn this a few times. It's a thermal that goes gray when it gets warm, and it has these chunky red glitters running through it. It's really pretty. And then I wanted to do a red to black duochrome or multi-chrome or however you want to call it. I just call them all multi-chromes because 2 is still multiple, right? Like, it's fine. It's Color Club's Black Magic, and this is a black to red multi-chrome, and I just didn't get around to wearing it, but I do love a black to red multi-chrome, and I can wear those any time of year and easily pull them off. So yeah, that is everything that I wore and didn't wear for October. For November, I don't know that I really want to choose a theme. You know, September I did all blues, because I was born in September, so my birthstone is sapphire. And then October, I did Halloween theme, because October, the entire month of October is just Halloween. November is boring. So November to me is like the Thursday of the year. And there's really nothing that excites me about November. Like Thanksgiving, in my family, we just like eat dinner at 2. And that's Thanksgiving. That's how you celebrate Thanksgiving in my family. So it's not very exciting. The only other thing that I have to look forward to in November is like my 9-year anniversary with my boyfriend. He will tell you that it's 10, but it's actually 9 years. So don't let him fool you. So I don't know. Maybe I'll pick like a specific finish and only wear that finish. Like maybe I'll make it, what if I just did something so stupid and was like, only wear creams for the month of November? That would suck. No, it'd be fine, but it would just be kind of like, okay, that's enough. I don't know. I'm going to think about it, and I'll let you guys know. Maybe I could do a flaky November, but like that's 90% of what I wear is flaky, so it wouldn't even be that like different than what I already do. Yeah, I have a few days to decide. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, you guys will see next month. So anyways, let me know what you guys wore this month, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.